Last time I made a video regarding quarantine, the number of persons that were infected with the virus was 59 persons, but since then that number has significantly increased. And now here in Jamaica, we're well over 500 persons, basically pushing 600. Guys, if I had known it was going to be this bad, I had to post this video a long time ago. Whew. So apparently the COVID-19 cases are increasing. You know, I really expected to be out of here a long time ago, but it's only getting worse. So I decided that I'll put this little video together, you know, how to be productive while working at home, because it's not easy, guys. So as a result of this, more people are being forced to stay at home and work from home now. Now, working at home sounds all fun at first, but I know most of us, or at least some of us, have come to the realization that it is not easy. You get more work done at school or at work versus when you're working from home. I mean, come on. How many of us are guilty of planning the entire day out with all of these productive stuff that we say we're gonna do, but only to find that we've done nothing that we said we were going to do, and all we did was sleep the entire day, scroll through Instagram, look at memes on your friend's WhatsApp status, and text your life away, or like binge watch some Netflix series, or spend like 5 hours on TikTok. So I'm going to share my tips on how I'm able to stay productive at home. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you guys is sticking to your regular morning routine. All the things you'd usually do before you head out to school or to go to work. So my morning routine usually includes just staying in bed for a few minutes to reflect and to just be grateful for another day. And sometimes I'll write little prayers in my little prayer journal, or I'd usually do my journaling around breakfast time. So if you're a religious person, you can do some morning devotionals to get your day started. And if you're not so much on the religious side of things, you can still stay in bed for a few minutes and meditate or do some journaling. A lot of successful people like Oprah Winfrey and Steve Harvey, they keep journals, writing down things that they're grateful for, or writing down big and small goals that they would like to accomplish. Another very important tip that I have for you should be a part of your morning routine, and that's making your bed. So many of us are so guilty of not doing this. It may seem like a small, irrelevant task, but it actually sets the tone for the rest of the day. Completing this small task helps you to adopt better habits by basically triggering this domino effect of completing other tasks throughout the day. Now guys, I personally like to invest in some nice bedding because it really inspires you to spread the bed in the mornings. Other morning routine tips include waking up early, take a shower, do your skincare routine, eat breakfast, and get dressed. Okay guys, so I really recommend, if you want to start off the day productive at home, then you should really get up out of bed early and get ready as if you were going to work or school. So wake up at your usual time. If you wake up like around 4 a.m. to go to work, wake up at 4. Take a bath, brush your teeth, do your morning skincare routine or whatever, and do what you usually do to get ready for work or school. Okay, so a lot of us women, we like to parade around in the house in our bonnets for the entire day, and even some males who are watching this video, you like to parade around in the house in your do-rag. Take it off. Take it off, guys. Guys, you see, if you want to get into work mode, you want to get in grind mode, you have to dress. You have to play the part. You have to dress as if you are going to work. So take your bonnet off, take your do-rag off, put on a nice little work outfit, or maybe you don't want to wear out your working clothes too much because you don't want to style it. But at least put on a cute outfit for the day So that will get you into work mode, into that mood to do something. Now this one may come as a big surprise to many of my Jamaican viewers, and that is have a light breakfast. Yes, in Jamaica we are so used to the misconception of having a big breakfast to start the day right. Jamaicans, we have a tendency to eat dinner for breakfast, and it actually works against us. Like you don't need this big old heavy food. You're no farmer. You're no construction worker. Stop eat the big old heavy food in my morning time. You don't need no big old stew chicken. You don't need a big old cartwheel dumping them. You don't need this big heavy. You don't need all of that for breakfast. You're no farmer. This actually contributes to a lethargic feeling. That sleepy, lazy feeling you get right after you eat a big meal. I understand though that the practice is stemming from plantation society days, where we had more of an agrarian way of life when it came on to I'm going to work. So we would usually have a lot of starchy foods filled with carbohydrates and packed with proteins, because the work back then was very labor intensive and Caribbean sun hot. But over the centuries, things and times have changed, and most of us watching this video, we're not farmers. We're not construction workers. Our work doesn't require much manual labor. Most of us are confined to our desk, working on the computer. So all of that heavy food isn't necessary, because it's only going to work against you. Guys, quantity does not equal quality. Packing your plate during breakfast time and throughout the day will not ensure quality work. Instead, eat quality foods throughout the day, take regular water breaks, and try to snack on fruits throughout the day. Eat in small portions, and I guarantee it will increase the quality of your work and increase the quantity of things you are able to accomplish for the day. And if you want to avoid eating too much food for breakfast, just start the day early. Most people cannot eat a heavy meal during the early morning. So another helpful tip that I have for you is stay active. Now you could go for morning walks or jog or do a workout routine to start your day. Anything that will really wake your muscles up and get more blood pumping. So it usually takes me about an hour to do yoga each morning. So I'll spend 30 minutes doing a regular yoga sequence and the other 30 minutes trying to learn a new yoga pose. So the pose that I am currently working on now is my Ekapada Bakasana. I think that's how it's pronounced, I'm not sure. Ekapada, the flying crow pose. That's the pose I'm currently working on, because since recently I've just perfected my crow pose and I'm really trying to extend that back leg. Now I personally love yoga because not only does it make your body look and feel good, but it also makes your mind feel great by improving your focus, your sleep, your mood, your higher thinking, and it reduces depression and anxiety. And all of this eventually leads to a higher productivity level, because when you're in the right frame of mind and you're in a good mood, you get a lot done and you put out quality work. Okay, so tip number 7 that I have for you is to create a to-do list in the order of the most important task to the least important task. Now me, I prefer to actually write down all the things that I have to do using paper and pen rather than creating a to-do list on my phone. I don't know about other people, but whenever I write stuff down, I'm more likely to actually get them done. So personally, what I like to do when I am writing my to-do list is I like to try and estimate how long it should take me to complete each task. and then I'd like write down the duration beside each task. So for example, it usually takes me between an hour to 3 hours to shoot B-roll footage for my YouTube videos, but it all depends on the topic of my video for that week. So for instance, I know that for this particular video that I'm working on for this week, based on the content of the video, I'm looking at about 2 hours of shooting B-roll. So I write that down as well. So what this does is that it gives us a sense of urgency, which will help us to stay completely focused on the task at hand. Not only are we just writing down the estimated duration beside each of the things that we have to do on the to-do list, but we're trying to stick within that particular time frame for when we're actually doing each task. So I actually picked up this little trick one day when I was doing an exam. I had like 30 minutes to spare because I finished early, and for some reason my imagination was not working that day, because usually I'll just slip in a little daydream. So I had nothing to do. I was there bored in the exam room, so I was just looking at the clock and I was like thinking to myself, I'm saying, how comes I can do 3 essay type examination questions in under 2 hours, but when my lecturer gives me 1 essay to take home and to do, it takes me like 4 days to complete 1 essay. Ding ding! It is that sense of urgency that you get when you are trying to meet the deadline. So what I started to do ever since that theory came to mind was I started setting my little timers every time I'm doing a task. So I look on my to-do list and I see that this is supposed to take me 2 hours. So I set my timer to 2 hours and I make sure that I try to finish everything before my timer goes off. And the last tip that I have for you is turn off your phone or put the phone on airplane mode while you are working. Except if you do a lot of group work like me, if your work takes a lot of group collaboration, because then you wouldn't want to turn off your phone because you might miss some important work related stuff. Yeah. Well, in that case, just put the phone on just turn off the Wi-Fi, and if it's that urgent, your group member will buy some credit and call you and say, hey, we need to talk. Also, if you depend on the alarm clock on your phone to wake you up in the mornings, putting your phone far away from your bed helps you to not go back to sleep after you hit the snooze or the dismiss button on the alarm clock. Now, when you put it across the room, you are forced to get out of bed to turn it off. Hopefully, and it does work in most cases, that little distance that you have to walk to turn the alarm off will help to wake you up and keep you awake. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked the video, do not forget to leave a thumbs up and leave a nice comment down in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this with your friends, especially those friends who like to procrastinate. Share this video with them. Until next, and click the subscribe button, guys, and tap the notification bell. There is a bell beside the subscribe button. Click on it too. Click on it too, so that you guys can be notified as soon as I drop another video. That's it. Bye bye.